Hey guys, my name's Ben Howard. We're out here at Gateway TR to play around with the Ocean Disc Sea Turtle. I want to check them out because the company is very similar to Trash Panda, if you know anything about them, where they're really trying to work on getting disc golf to be more renewable and using more recycled plastics in our discs. The difference with ocean discs, as you might be able to guess, is that they're focusing more on getting plastic out of the ocean and making them into discs. And as far as I know, this is the one and only mold they've made so far. It's a mid-range at 5501. It has a very interesting profile. As you can see, it's very flat on top, like bored completely flat. But then it has kind of a mid-range wing. It feels like you took a overstable approach disc and kind of just pulled the edge out just a little bit, gave it more of an understable wing. So it feels very interesting in the hand, feels very deep. Plastic feels amazing. And I think it says on here, yeah, it says right here, it's like 60% of this disc was made with recycled plastic. There's also some other really cool details about this disc that you might have noticed. Like, for example, the flight numbers have what each number means. So speed, glide, turn, fade. There you can see it. But it's written that if this disc is found, please contact the owner. It definitely feels like they put a lot of time and effort into every aspect of this disc, whether it's the design, what the bottom says, everything like that. Another cool thing I saw on Ocean Disc website is that a percentage of all their sales go to charity. I don't know too much about that charity, but that is a cool idea. So if you are interested in just buying the disc for that, it's definitely not a bad idea. But yeah, we're also out here at a new course in Gateway TR. This is the 9-hole course back here behind Gateway Baptist Church. I played it once, and I will say this course is pretty rough. Main thing I noticed in my first playthrough is there's a lot of overlapping fairways. I think with some small changes, though, this can turn into a really good course, and hopefully you can see that as we go through the video. But let's go ahead and get out here and see how the sea turtle flies. All right, guys, for hole one, we got a par 3, 230 feet. Basket's down here just to the left of this tree right here. So I'm just going to throw the sea turtle flat. Based off the profile, I'm assuming this is going to be straight to overstable, but I don't know. Like I said, I've never really felt a disc like this before, so I really have no idea what this is going to do. Okay. Yeah, flies pretty much like its flight numbers. Fairly straight with the overstable finish. It definitely flies more like a putter, though. I don't know if that comes through on camera, but like just the way that flew reminds me more of a putter. Ooh, almost. I did bring my putting putter just to, in case I needed it, but I think with this thing feeling so much like a putter, I'll just try putting with it today. See how that goes. All right, guys, for hole two, we got a par 3, 208 feet. Going through this gap you can see right up here on the left. It's not the basket through the gap. The basket's actually tucked off to the left, just through the gap. All I gotta do is hit the gap, and I should have some kind of look at the basket. Or just throw it around the gap, I guess. I pulled the crap out of that. Wow. Well, turns out going around is actually the better play. I thought the basket was a little bit closer and it was actually next to this group of trees. So the wide hyzer play didn't really make sense, but worked just fine. Nice. All right, guys, for hole three, we got a par 3, 303 feet. Basket is straight ahead on the other side of this hill. I don't really know if there's any way for me to point it out to you other than it's over there, unfortunately. But this will be a great chance to really rip on this thing and see how it flies. If I throw it hard, give it a good amount of height. I think that'll be putting. It's definitely going to be short. Okay, so I didn't quite make it to edge of circle, but probably right at 40-ish feet. So not bad at all. Stay up. Oh, man. All right, guys, for hole four, got a par 3, 240 feet. basket straight ahead. I'm tempted. Yeah, I'll try that on a forehand. Just try and throw it flat, like 10, 15 feet left of the basket, and see how overstable this acts on a forehand. Oh, if I gave that more height, that would have been really good. I think that's still like 15 feet though, but that definitely holds up to a forehand really well. All right, guys, for hole 5, we got a par 3, 260 feet. Basket is right there. We do have an initial gap we got to get through, but once you get through that, there's nothing in the way at all. So just gonna throw this flat, hard, give it a little bit of height. Throw it, yeah, just like just touch to the right, nothing crazy. Fade, come on. Oh, that branch. I didn't even see that thing. Dang. I thought I had a chance for a minute. Okay, so it turns out it was a really good thing I hit those branches because otherwise I would have been like 30 feet long in the woods. I didn't think I could throw it that far, but I did give it good height that time, so maybe that's what it was. But let's go make this putt. Get there. Oh, man. All right, guys, for hole 6, we've got a par 4, 383 feet. As you can tell, the fairway bends off to the left, but what you can't see is that it's actually like, it's not even a dog leg. It almost comes back a little bit. It bends so far to the left. And then from there, you got like a 200-foot approach shot. It's just down like a straight hallway. So getting a par on this would be really nice. So I'm just gonna make sure I throw this high. I almost want to throw this nose up, but I don't think I need to. Just high on some hyzer. Uh-oh, get through. It hit something, but I don't know where it went. So I might just fell straight down. Okay, so I didn't record my second shot because I was in the middle of like a stack of pine trees and I could barely get in there myself, let alone bring my camera with me. So I ended up pitching out to here where you can see the basket. Didn't hit anything. Nice. All right, guys, for hole 7, we got a par 3, 280 feet. You can see the basket up here tucked off to the left. It's the perfect shape for this disc, but this isn't exactly the best teeing area, as you can probably tell, especially with you. But I'm just going to throw this and hopefully get out of the way in time. Get off that. Oh, man. I like that too. Get off that. Okay. There we go. All right, guys, for hole 8, we got a par 3, 181 feet. Going pretty far downhill, basket being right in front of us. I think I'll try throwing the sea turtle on a fan grip like I did on that last approach shot and see how it reacts. I'm assuming like a little bit more overstable. In the bucket. Ooh, man. All right, guys, for hole 9, final hole of the video, we've got a par 5, 518 feet. Pretty much just going back out into the open and going across the field and going down hole 1's fairway back to the basket, which is just behind hole 1's tee pad. Pretty much all I got to do is throw this high. I think I can throw it flat and just let it coast to the left near the end. That should get us out to where I might be able to get up and down for an eagle. We'll see. But birdie's almost guaranteed unless I do something really stupid off the tee. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh, almost black aced hole one. Man, yeah, that wasn't gonna get there anyway. Well, found 146 gram something. Looks like one of the starter set discs that like some random company made. It's some kind of cheap DX feeling plastic. So if that's yours, I'll leave it out here on top of the basket, I guess, along with skimmer. Holy crap, this thing's huge. All right, guys, that finished up our round out here with the sea turtle. This thing was a lot of fun. It turned out to be a lot better than I was thinking. Because, like I said at the beginning, I didn't really know how it would fly because it has a very unique hand feel. But this pretty much flies like a straighter version of like a zone, maybe. Because I don't think it's a 5-speed. I would say it's probably a 4-speed. And I mean glides, whatever. Turn 0, yeah. And I would agree with the fate of 1. You might be able to bump it up to a 2, but I think 1's pretty good. But this thing has a really nice combination of overstability and glide, where I can just throw it flat, hard, and know that it's never going to turn over on me. It's just going to go really straight and have a slight overstable finish to it. And with having a flat top, it feels amazing in my forehand grip. And had about the same stability on a forehand as it did with the backhand, so it has a really nice amount of torque resistance as well. But the main thing that's drawn me to this disc is just the plastic. It's that perfect combination of stiff but soft and grippy. So highly recommend these discs if you're interested in an overstable throwing putter or a straighter forehand approach disc, or just looking to support a company that's trying to clean up our oceans. That's pretty much all I've got for the disc. But for the course itself, I have this. Like I said, this is the first time I've been out here, so I do want to give my thoughts on it real quick. But like I said, the main problem is just overlapping fairways, and you could say what's going on in the woods can be an issue, especially on the par four, because it's just a ton of trees down, a ton of cut up logs. But I'm sure they're going to handle all of that eventually, or you just leave it out there to rot and it'll eventually go away on its own. But the main problem I think this course has is just overlapping fairways. You can actually kind of see it here because you've got hole three's basket in the middle of hole four's fairway, and then we're right here next to hole one's tee pad, which has hole nine's basket directly behind it in this area right here. And with this being a course set up more for beginners, I would hate for this to be somebody's first experience at disc golf and hit by a disc or something crazy like that. So, but I think a pretty simple solution that would help at least right away is I would take out hole four, and you could put in another hole between holes 5 and 6 because you have about a 400-foot walk from hole five's basket to hole six's tee pad. Obviously, you still would have the issue of hole nine throwing over like what is it like 7-2 and hole one's fairway. But it also looked like they were cutting back into the woods behind hole eight, so maybe they're going to put in some more holes back there and solve the issue that way. But yeah, I think this course has a ton of potential. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to be able to do out here. But yeah, guys, if y'all have any other discs you want me to check out, anything like that, please let me know down in the comments. But thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and y'all have a good one.